what craziness do they have for us today in Greece? Over the water, down onto the southern island, 2,000 or 200 meter minimum. For the finish line, little terrain, winds probably out of the west, coming left to right. A little bit of terrain here, maybe. No, not really. So it's pretty much a thermal task, probably. Yep, winds out of the west, 24 kph, thermals strong and wide. A little bit of higher wind up high, so a little bit of instability. A little bit of moisture, a little bit of high clouds. Oh, God, I hate this sports class handicap crap. Casino tasks. All right, we're set to run. Note them. No cloud flying or a severe penalty for doing so. We're arrow towing. All right, let's save it. Let's Kotako it. Oh, there's no grease, so can't do that. Let's join the flight. The weather in Michigan is teasing soaring right now, but the warm days are strong southerly wind and stable, usually with a cold front behind it. So it looks like we're not going to have good weather here for the next 5 or 6 days, even though we're going to have a number of days in the 70s. So we'll keep working on other stuff. Uh-oh. Modified landscape detected. Well, let's go to Condor, see if there's some update to Greece that I haven't looked at. Hey Heather, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. Hold on, let me just mute.
What's going on?
Oh, yeah, just
I was waiting on you, sorry.
oh, yeah. So hold on one second. Hey, is there a way to make like a website secure? Like so that if somebody wants to go to my SeanFi.space, they have to log in and
Oh, yeah.
I can.
Setting that up for.
All right. If we could do it for SeanFi Space, I want to keep it. I just want to make it secure so that people just can't go onto it publicly. They have to log in, and I want to be able to know what's going on.
Okay, yeah.
Does that sound good?
So instead of moving it to the other,
Yeah, we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it.
password protected.
Yes. All right, very good. Hold on one second. So yeah, that's really it. Can I call you back in like an hour?
Okay, yeah, and is Tiffany around
Yeah, yeah, she is.
Okay. Yeah, ask her like I have my best friend in Texas is going through a really bad divorce, and I was wondering if she had some info that I could, because her lawyer is not doing
Okay.
what she thinks she is. So
You want me to have her
just
just
see if
give you a call?
yeah, whenever she has some time.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll call you right after I'm done. See you. Bye.
Oh, thanks.
Hmm. All right, we've got some kind of bullshit problem here with yeah, nobody can get onto Greece. It looks like. C2 version 1.0. So the server has probably the wrong installed. Let's take a look at it. Greece. C2 1.0. No. Get latest. Ah, that's why. We're in the wrong Hangar version. Download. Open. Human centipede. All right, let's try it again. We'll do EB29, full of water, and we're going to push harder. I'm playing well, plenty slow. Actually, it's kind of thermal today. I'm just going to leave it neutral. And see if we get kicked again. I've been to Greece several times for sailboat racing, and it's as beautiful as it looks in this picture. Unbelievable. Been to Athens, been a few other small unknown places, and it's like the big blue. No, there we go. Modified landscape files detected. What a bummer. All right, well, so there's some problem with that, and they had 30 people on the server, and it dropped dramatically. So let's see if we can do Cafe La Creme. How many do they have? 8 on that. So this is Turkey. We can also test and see if there's some kind of problem. With my Condor. All right, so this is in Turkey. Weather, north wind, moderate normal, no waves, tiny bit of high clouds. Standard, that's an LS8 for me. And so it's 50. And let's see what we can get in. Oh, shit. Let's pull this over on the other screen. What? Come on now. Good. Alright, well they're already up. Interesting group here. Let's see, spoilers are not down. Alright, we're ready to go. Sterile cockpit. Way oversensitive on my rudder. Don't laugh. Ridiculous. I'm way better in real life, I promise you. You're up. Check. They're over on the ridge. Wind should be off my right side. It is real light though, but the thermals are weak. Balloons and gliders. Pretty cool. Brown hair. We're going to 700 meters. I didn't notice what we took off at. Let's look here real quick. 2,200 meters. Wow, it's a really high starting line. There's Jay. So we can look up and the J key gives you that view. It seems higher than 2,200 meters. gonna release me here. Yep. Go to that cloud. Out of my way, tow plane. Just kidding. It's Condor. And I'm way behind everybody, so I want to get going. Suppressed thermal here on this downslope. Wind's coming from right there. But what the hell? Cloud starting to look a little ragged to me. That's a nice cloud right there on the right. All right. Nada. All right. Let's go back down to this cloud. So you can see from the map here, I'll zoom out a little bit. You can see the task. There's the start heading behind me. Zigzag, sort of triangle, and then finish down to the south. New cloud right there. Keep an eye on that. Is that growing? Seems to be. Long way to climb to the start altitude here. I'm going to be way behind. Nothing. Oh boy. Well, I'm going to run to the rising ground.
Good morning.
Hey John, how are you?
Excellent.
There was a problem with the scenery for TChin. It said my Greece scenery was corrupted or something. I have no idea. But
You probably don't have it downloaded yet.
No, I do. Definitely did. I confirm that.
Okay. The other reason I found sometimes is that it's updated and yours isn't.
Yeah, I checked that all in the Condor updater. I just, there was only 5 people in it. They had like 20 people on the server. I had trouble getting in, and I checked again, and there's only 3. So I think the copy they had on the server was bad.
That could be.
Yeah.
But that's somebody other than TChin, right?
No, that was TChin.
Are they up already?
Yeah, at 11:30. Their daylight savings time came at the end of March, so they're
Oh, okay. So it's an hour earlier than it was.
yeah. They're back on schedule with us, as they were before we went on daylight savings time.
Yeah, I got you. You want to? Hey, since you couldn't get in TChin, and I'm too late for it.
I-
Want to do the
I'm in.
battle again?
I'm in one right now. I would do Euro Battle, yes. I'm in one right now. Let me just see something here.
I was gonna tell you that Horsey did it, and he got just before turn point 2.
Yeah.
He got to over 4,000, and that got him all the way home.
Wave. Did he get the fastest speed?
Yep.
All right.
He did.
This is a super weak task. I mean, it's gonna take me a half hour to dig out of here and start. So and I don't know any of the people here, so I'll jump out. Hold on. Here we go.
Okay.
But I want to go really fast because I've got some stuff later today.
Okay.
Exit Condor.
I would suggest that you log on to Condor Club
Uh-huh.
and go to the best flights for that task and see what he did.
Okay, are you gonna fly?
The Euro Battle one? Yeah, that's my plan.
Okay.
Fly again.
Okay. Patch mast.
The first thing he did was climb to 2,500 meters.
Out of the start?
Yep.
So he took a climb to cloud base?
Right. And then he stopped just short of the big ridge on one of those smaller ones. Climbed up a little bit there. Went to the big ridge. Ran that down. And started across the valley. And then he hangs to the high ground. And he's on the big opening there. And then he shoots across and gets into that ridge. And he gets up high enough to jump over all of those saddlebags.
Okay.
And then there's a stretch of ridge. It's not very long. Just before turn point 2.
Mm-hmm.
And he got into that, and then he went back and forth, got up to 4,000 plus meters, and then went home.
All right.
He got to turn point 1 in 20 minutes. It took him 40 minutes to get to turn point 2, and 29 minutes to come home.
And he had the fastest speed.
Yep.
Well, 40 minutes for leg 2 without stopping or 40 minutes for leg 2 taking all that altitude, and 29 minutes for a long, fast final glide on the third leg, which is even longer, is pretty impressive. All right, well, I'm ready to...
He was B&E most of the way.
Was he?
Yeah.
All right, so...
Are you gonna put up a task on the website? Or we can just jump into their.
Yeah, they've got one starting in 5 minutes, so I'm jumping into that.
All right, let me get there.
Now I'm going to put my CG forward just a little.
Yeah, I think that's appropriate. Euro, which one?
Euro Battle A.
Hey, right there it is.
I think... does XC Soar remember my task? Because this is the last task I had in here. It should.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. All right. Well, let me just make sure that I'm UB29 in here. I am. All right. So I don't need to do any of that. Okay.
So how's your son doing?
Vaughn's doing well. Yeah, he's
Oh,
making it through. V8 is here.
I see him. I see him.
Yeah, V8's very good. In an EB29 too.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Come on now. Config, devices, reconnect. There we go. Close. Everything a growing boy needs.
Good. No,
Solid 33 Tango. Haven't heard of him.
I don't know him either. 33, I don't remember if I've run across him before.
This cloud's growing. I don't know how well. V8 just pulled into it. Oh, he was smarter than me. But
I got 2.4 over here.
okay. Yep. I'm just getting my trim set with the seeing how the plane flies with a little CG forward. I gotta hold the stick back in the climbs now, even with max aft trim, but I know I'm gonna run better. The only annoyance of that is the spring on the joystick. Gotta fight it all day. Ah, JS121. That'll be interesting. This is a fast enough task where they could get away with it.
Yeah.
What's your climb up to in strength?
Yeah, the way I figured this first climb, he did it almost immediately after the start, and he climbed at 25. So I judged that we need somewhere along the line we need to gain 800 meters.
Okay. Well,
And we'll get
it certainly makes sense to take a 2.5 or 3 meter climb with altitude than it does to try and get it and center it on the ground like we did.
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, you only get one chance.
Where you gain 2,500 meters is the sooner the better, actually, because you can get it all.
Yeah. Oof. Sorry, Wings.
What's your thinking on start time now? I'm at 2,400 meters.
After doesn't really matter. I mean, kind of give them a chance to get going, and probably start a minute or two after them, ideally.
Okay.
Maybe even 2 minutes behind.
We got 2,500 meters, so I think I could float out
Yeah.
back to the start. It looks like 33T might be going for the start.
He's definitely going for it.
Yep, he started.
V8's coming back. Let's go ahead and get into a pattern. Now, don't make the same mistake we made yesterday.
Amen to that.
He's in a dive, so he's burning off his altitude. And he's turning around and going for it. So as soon as you can start.
Looks like there's a new cloud out there.
He's starting right through the new clouds here. I'm going to turn around to the left.
Goes down.
All right, I'm on my approach.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm angling over before the start to get right in line with his cloud. Second one looks better to me. Yeah, he's going for that second one. Not bad. Not quite. About 2.5.
Okay.
Still centering a bit.
We'll go to the next one.
Okay. V8 is going back to restart. Let's go back.
Back. Okay. You didn't like that cloud either, huh?
Well, it wasn't good enough.
Yeah, the second one looks like it's dead.
Let's wait for something better to pop.
Gave up, huh?
I think he got pissed that he couldn't leech us. We weren't letting him come behind. He was trying to sucker us out. This one here, I'm getting 3.5, by the way. So this was a much stronger climb. All right. All right, I'm preparing for a start. I think something is going to pop here. I'll wait for you just a little bit.
Do you think about just coming, getting the start to come back to this turn point? Or this
No, I'm just waiting for the next thing to pop out there, but there's a huge gap between these first two clouds and the next clouds, so I'm just kind of expecting something. The cloud down the line a little bit, away from the water, looks much stronger than the cloud you're in. It's a darker cloud. It's a thicker cloud, so come on out and let's start and go through that one and see what we get. And then if not, we could restart or we can run out and just wait for the next one to pop.
what's your altitude now?
I'm at 2150.
Okay.
There's a little cloud here that you could tank up on if you needed it. I'll wait here in the right side of the starting line under this cloud, and then you can. From here, though, it should be easy to start at red line.
Yeah, let me, as soon as I turn around here, I'll come to you. Start out. You get 2.5 out of this one for what it's worth.
Yep. I think these clouds are getting too old. We waited too long. But we'll see. Three or so here.
Yeah, I'm at 19
Oh no, you need to get a little higher. Come on over here and climb up a little bit. I didn't realize. I thought you were up at 22 with me. Sorry.
No, see what this one can work. Got 11 minutes.
Yeah. The first guy's 30K in. I don't think we'll see him anymore. Your cloud you were in has died. The other one that I thought was better still looks good, sort of. But whenever you're ready to start, let's do it.
All right, let's go.
All right.
I'll do what I can.
All right, I'm diving in behind you and going for the line.
Got a max energy start. Good.
Good, good. I think this cloud is fading. It was good 5 minutes ago, but it's dying. I just got to keep going. Next 3 clouds look better. I didn't get anything out of it at all. What do you got?
It rose to 3.
Okay.
Year and a half.
There you go. I think I was too much on the downwind side of it.
Yeah.
There's a new cloud a little bit right of course up here, but it looks really good. I'm going to try that. Just 15 degrees off course, maybe. There's a new cloud popping between just past where you are towards me. Just brand new cloud just popped.
Okay.
That's a really good one.
Get 3.3 now, steady.
My new pop isn't growing very fast. I might be in the same situation. Jesus. And they are narrow.
Yeah. You can easily miss one.
Oh, yeah. And I've hit 3 clouds and I haven't even had a bump. Not that low yet. What would you say you averaged to the top?
3.3.
Okay. Well, I got a raging speed.
Yeah. Good news is get great speed. Bad news is no.
Yeah. That terrain is coming up. That wave is there again. Not even a burble.
Oh no.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
I've been blasting my entry to clouds on the right hand edge.
I did the same. That time I even went upwind of it so that I could fly straight through it.
Yeah. Still didn't work. Yeah, some of them just are bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, call the trailer.
Oh no.
I can't tell where a thermal is here, to be honest. I probably just flew through the core, but I'm not under the cloud yet. They're way upwind, maybe on the ground, but we'll see. Well, the speed is over now. Now it's down to survival. Oh!
You found something?
I found a 5 meter per second miracle on the ground.
Awesome.
Well, I haven't completed the first circle yet, but we'll see. What's your altitude, John?
1990.
There I am. There you are.
I see you.
This is right where you want to come, because this is 3-8. A new landscape was just released called Afghanistan. I'm down to 2.7 over here, so you're not missing as much as I'd hoped.
Yeah.
Cloud popped above me. I'm going for the next ridge. Just don't even regard me. I'm in the shitter. Let's see if I can catch up and help. I got a little bowl I'm going for. And then I can try and drift out to the next cloud. You're doing the same thing we did the other day.
Yeah, this seems to work pretty well, actually. You get here high enough. From here on out, I'm climbing at like 3.5, so it's as good as a thermal. And it gets a little better as you get around the corner a little bit. Now it's up to 4. I'm up to 2,000 meters.
Yeah.
There's 5.
5 meters?
Yep.
That's great.
Just briefly, but I'm accelerating. There's 5 again. What do you want?
I'll try and do what you're doing, but I'm coming in a lot lower. I don't really have any more options.
I got there with about 700 over.
Got it. I'm at 600.
That should work.
Yeah.
Right on pace at 20 minutes to get here.
Say again?
Big, beautiful cloud out here in the valley, and I got nothing.
I'm trying a different strategy, and we will see.
Track on that,
Yes.
that track on that big ridge there. I thought about that, and I think you can make that work.
Well,
Get back to it.
I've got to try something different now because you're long gone,
Yeah.
and I got a reasonable shot here, a pretty good entry back onto it without as much deviation. But I basically have only fallen 15K behind you, but I'm at 2450.
For altitude?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, you've got a lot of altitude up down to 1800.
And I'll be on the ridge.
Yeah. I think that might work for you.
We'll see. I'll tell you here in a minute. My goal is just to get within sight of you again. Oh, shit. Are you into the mountains yet, John?
Yeah. Not in the slot. I'm in that still in that big valley.
Oh, okay.
I'm running this ridge. I'm gonna turn left here in about 30 seconds.
How's your altitude?
Still at 1800.
Okay.
At the internet valley. Go up this valley to the right of the course line
Yeah.
with that ridge on your left. This is going to be a very unforgiving route if you're too low.
That you're on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Altitude is a prime requirement.
I'm caught up within 7K of you, but I can't see you, so we're obviously far spread apart. I'm definitely well left of course line.
Yeah. I'm to the right of it, so we probably won't see one another.
What's your altitude?
18.
Okay. Well, you're on a nice ridge. That's good.
190 climbing it too.
Good stuff.
Was. I just crossed the valley, so I lost whatever I had. I'll pick up the next piece of ridge. There it comes. You're within 7 kilometers of me, distance.
Yeah,
To the target.
I'm a little lower, and I'm not on great ridges, but we'll see. Indecision just cost me something here, I think. This might slow me down. Do you know the ridge the guy got to 4,000 meters on?
Yep,
Are you on the way to that?
I am.
That's what I figured. I'm looking for that ridge, but I know I could see how steep the ridges are back in there. 4,000 meters is well above the cloud base.
Oh yeah.
Just don't see any wave here, but on paper I'm looking better. I just took a big climb for a few turns, gained 500 meters, but I couldn't go any higher. I'm back onto the rum line. Better mountains here. Are you climbing on that big triangular peak that's almost vertical? No, you're beyond that.
I'm beyond that, yeah. Almost to the ridge I'm looking for.
What altitude?
23.
Oh yeah, you're gone. You got all the cards right now.
If I don't screw it up.
Well, that's the challenge. Yeah, the problem up here is I just don't have any consistent ridge. I get good runs, but not good enough.
Now here goes faith.
You're going.
It's taking me on a diversion course to the target. So if the lift doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah. 33 Tango's not doing terrible. It work?
Not yet. I'm still moving, but I haven't hit anything that you would stop for. It looks like he ran just a ways into this ridge and then found something to climb on and then got up. And then he got into the wave.
Must have been blue wave.
Well, it was.
It's just not my day. There you go. You get it? Wave you got?
Yep.
You're not looking bad. 168. You get a lot of high-speed cruise. What do you need? 190?
Yeah, something like that. Up to 3,000 meters.
Oh, man. I wish I could see what ridge you were on. Are you way downwind of the rum line?
Fairly far. There's a road just in the valley just to my right.
I see it. I could tell. I could see. I know right where you are.
I'm almost to the bitter end of that short ridge, and then the road goes into the turn point.
I'm zoomed way.
Climbing at 4.
I'm zoomed way in, kind of trying to look for it. Well, we'll do what we can. I'll get to pass you at least. Well, maybe not at that climb rate. I can't make up to 10K. Fantastic. How high did you have to get to connect the wave? Or the wave was just at the peak?
A little bit above it.
Ah. I need a miracle here.
I'd be on pace. 4 minutes from the target, he got there in an hour.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is, but
He can see me.
and he's over there.
Yeah, he's on the next leg.
I'm 300 below, 380.
Final.
I don't, yeah.
That's not going to hurt. That's going to feel pretty good, I'd say. Well, I finally seamed together something of a ridge, but I have a feeling... Have you left?
Yeah, I'm en route.
I never was able... I almost caught you.
Get out of his sink, though.
You're pulling away now. You're up there going Mach 2. I can feel the shockwave.
See you.
Wait. You look like the space shuttle reorbiting or re-entering.
Yeah.
If you can bump up there and get on glide, you're pretty close. You got to finish at 27 minutes, and it's way under 100K. You might be able to slow down and make it.
300 low, climbing.
Still in wave.
Yeah, a little bit. It's not much. It's like 1.5 knots up.
Yeah, I'm doing the same stupid thing I did the last time, coming in here just kind of at a low, pukey altitude. I'm going to do a better job on this next leg, though, I'll tell you that. Ah! I'm looking at you on F8, 3,400 meters. That'll work.
See how I'm gonna make up that time though. Let's see.
Throw me a line.
Yeah, turned it an hour.
Well, you should have it.
Yeah, should work. Still needs some help.
Yeah. You should be able to ride on those high mountains that are just in front of you. Just stay above the peaks and easily get there.
Up, not down.
I made it back out straight on course this time, which is a little improvement. Yeah, you're not picking up very much, John.
No, I started to go all the way outside, and I didn't. I tried to stay over the high stuff, but that just cost me sync.
Yeah.
So I moved out, and I think it's working a little better. 32 minutes, so I'm gonna be slow if I can't find climbs. Find enough lift to speed up.
Well, you gave it a hell of a run.
Like I might be a couple of minutes late. If I can get some more altitude under me, I can speed up some.
Yeah. I'm just enjoying the view back here. Not much. Not much. I'm low and behind, and there's not much I can do. Just enjoy this.
Oh, Lord, see, if I hadn't looked at his, I would not have thought to do this.
Well, it's fun. It's weird. The lift feels much more consistent.
Be 7 out. 5 minutes in, so it's 32. Won't be short.
Are you still below final glide?
I slowed down, so I've got final glide. I'm at a slower speed. I'm only doing 200 indicated.
Yeah. Well, about 150 people have tried to fly this task, and they're very good. They probably know the terrain, and you got to beat them all. So you think about how hard that is. And I'm sure a lot of them are flying it multiple tries.
Oh, yeah. So 33 is about to finish.
He did great.
what's Tiffany think about the market? Is it just all the money that's been poured into the government? The government's printing, is that what's driving the market up?
Well, it's just like any bubble, right?
Yeah.
The temptation to cash in on all this free money is huge. But and there's a lot of money to be made because it's stupid money. I mean, it's not logical. Rarely is, but it's severely illogical. And now the the hyperinflation is close, right? They're getting ready to do a $2 to $6 trillion Green New Deal thing. It's
that's going to be a disaster.
yeah, it's gonna. So, we'll see. But yeah, it's Tiffany's main concern is that her clients don't go out of business. So those are companies like Ford and Airbus and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's GM. What did GM just do that was really stupid? They like committed to electric vehicles in 2030 or something. It's just it's not a private company anymore. It's a government company that all the ties from the Obama bailout and all the changes that they made within the organization, that's all still there. It's like a blending of corporate and Democrat government. It's extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
So
Heritage Foundation put out a video that talked about the consequence of trying to do Green Deal, alternate energy, all of the heavy metals and precious metals, not precious metals, but exotic metals that are going to have to be harvested, and to build the batteries to store all that stuff, and it would take a gargantuan amount of time for the best plant in the country, Tesla, that's building batteries, to build enough batteries to store 1 day's worth of energy. Just less enough for a year.
listen,
To keep it going.
science today
What do you
is
do with all of the windmills when they wear out?
yeah, science today, economics today are wealthy individuals or corporations or heavily leveraged, highly wealthy individuals, so Al Gore, that sort of thing, trying to buy science. So they find an ideologically motivated scientist and they say, this is the answer we want, make it. And it's fake science, it's junk science, just like the media is, fake news, highly ideologically levered, and it's a fake market. I mean, China's been a fake market for 10 years. You can't get your money out. They don't follow GAAP standards. It's a fake economy, and it's a Ponzi scheme. But short term, the money is there. Long term, or in a collapse, they make out huge because everybody gets defaulted on. So, well, they're not gonna. That money that people have invested in when the shit hits the fan is never coming out of China.
Oh yeah.
Right. So.
When Mao Zedong took control of the Chinese government after World War II, they owed us, if I remember right, they owed us something on the order of $25 trillion, and they just neutralized it.
Yep.
We're not paying it. No.
Yeah, in today's dollars, that solves all of our problems. But anyway, it's almost as if the politicians are trying to shoot the economy in the head without saying it, trying to come up with reasons to collapse the U.S. economy.
I think it's actually, I think it's a little more sinister than that. That is the end result of it. I think there are a few very wealthy people that have decided that this green energy is a program that we can make a lot of money on because we can force everybody to buy it.
Yep.
So they're leveraging their ability to create laws that will force people to use it, whether it works or not is irrelevant.
Yeah.
And so they'll make a lot of money, they'll insure themselves out of it, and then when the whole thing comes to a screeching halt, they'll be gone. And the rest of us will be here to pick up the pieces and scrap for what we can get.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's you know, I had a conversation recently, just was asked a question on a little board thing, and anyway, my description was, you know, back in elementary school and middle school, I remember distinctly being, you know, told, you know, if you don't study now, if you don't learn math, if you don't learn English, if you don't learn science, you're going to lose opportunity and you're going to suffer later. There's going to be consequences to that. Not doing your homework, not saving, not brushing your teeth, not, you know, all this. And no one is talking about that. It's just, it needs to be equal now. And it's the most ridiculous thing in the world. It's a joke. And there's no way to make that work, because there's no accountability and there's no such thing as free. But when you're in a country that is governed by, you know, the liberals, and you know, they can print the money, it's like you can't combat that. Decades and decades and generations of people who have done their homework is being erased because they're being called racist. It's ridiculous.
Well, it is.
I mean, you could just
You know, when you just redefine good as bad and bad as good.
yeah. Well, just keep going back. I mean, you know, murder all the U.S. and murder the world, murder the human race, and bring back the dinosaur. I mean, it's like, where do you go from here? And it's a war. It's a war. They're basically trying to dilute everyone's wealth and their advantage of many generations of people who have built wealth for their families and who have educated their children, and now those are privileged and this and that, when, you know, none of the problems that are real, like education and you know, teaching your kids well and raising your kids and all these things, it's just not even considered. And you know, it's like, where does this stop? So to me, it's like, all right, you know, either we have World War III and China, you know, starts going through Taiwan and Australia and the Philippines, and that all happens with Russia and Iran and Asia on Europe, whatever's left of Europe. There'll probably be with China by then. Or there's a civil war. Because eventually, this is really, you know, they can spend, they don't like that they can't pass laws. So they at any opportunity use the Fed to just print money, which is a tax, but it's a tax down the road. And then all the other policies that they're doing, they're flooding the country with illegal immigrants so that they have a low wage base, and voters, and it's like our democracy. It's like our democracy. Well, democracy is a race to the bottom, and there's always people with less. There's always more people with less because of the nature of people. And so we're not a democracy. We're a republic, and what they're trying to do is dilute the republic, hamstring the states, and hamstring the people with wealth who do the right thing, and redistribute it to the people who are the mob. Because short term, that solves a lot of problems for their ideological goals. And it's very easy to do. I mean,
You just do it by fiat.
well, it's just very easy to do because the mob is so easy to influence. Yeah. And, free stuff, $1,400 checks, unemployment for 4 years. The teachers unions don't work. It's just in so many ways it goes on and on and on, and all this legislation. The this act and that act. It's a ridiculous, the names of these things. The infrastructure bill. There's only one, like 4 or 5% of it goes to roads, bridges.
Projects.
Yeah, there's more money for equality. There's like $200 billion for equality infrastructure, whatever the hell that is. Building housing projects in, suburbs that are traditionally white, and all this different stuff. It's just, come on. That's not what the government should be doing. It's ridiculous.
Not at all.
So, and he's got the woke military now, and they're trying to desensitize the whole military and flood it.
Yeah, they're going to purge it.
Yeah, they already have.
If you're not in tune with their ideology, you're gone.
That is right.
China is a real threat. Anybody that doesn't recognize China as a threat is either blind or stupid.
Have you read the book Stealth War by General Spaulding?
I have not.
Buy it. Read it. It's the best book you'll ever read on China.
All right.
He's a B-2 pilot, became a brigadier general, went to China, and then later went back to China, but as a political officer, and just describes everything that he has seen during that period. It's a very interesting book. But he describes total warfare and how China is, they're smart. They don't want a kinetic war, so they're doing everything they can to dilute the United States on hundreds of levels that, along with Russia driving racial conflict and all this and funding it, and, just stealing IP, strategically influencing companies, influencing the media, influencing academia. There's about 100 different things that China is doing, and their investment, the level of investment that they have in some of these programs, just unbelievable. So anyway, the book is called Stealth War, and it's one of many books, but it's one that you should really read. And then if you go to there's a guy has a YouTube channel called Valuetainment, and if you go look up Valuetainment and Stealth War, you can see an interview with him that's probably a better, it's less time than reading the book, but the book was outstanding. Um, he's very media focused. I mean, look at these politicians. I mean, how many politicians do we know of? I mean, Hunter Biden flew with Joe Biden to China and got a multi-billion dollar investment with no banking experience. I mean, it's ridiculous. The stuff we know, the laptop, everything that we know, the emails, the people in their program who have come out against the Bidens, and Facebook and Twitter and everybody deleted it, censored it from their platform, and it's like that. It's not disputed. They haven't come out and said that's not true. I mean, and from Dianne Feinstein to it's basically a bake sale, a sell-off of United States assets by political greasing of the wheels, so to speak, to allow China to profit in ways that they should not be able to, from a policy perspective, from a defense perspective. It's really incredible. So Stealth War is a very interesting book, but it's almost old now. It's 3 or 4 or 5 years old. He was actually thrown out of, he was an advisor for Trump, and the Chinese went nuts and lobbied the shit out of, the swamp Washington, and Spalding got pulled out of that. It's kind of like a General Flynn guy. And, they really worked hard on him because he was trying to set that precedent to actually start to push back on China within the Trump administration. So it's very, you should, if you enjoy that topic and are not a fan of China, it's a very interesting book.
Kind of like Russia basically stole all of our technology.
Yeah.
Over the decades. I mean, this is nothing new. This is decades of stuff.
Well, they had no choice. They did not have the budding private sector and academic power that we did in the 40s and 50s and 60s. And their only hope was to steal, and they kept doing it. And when they collapsed, that's basically them realizing that, you cannot succeed with a purely communist environment with the United States pumping out capitalist, economy levels. You just cannot do it. So they've now turned into a Russian semi-capitalistic but completely corrupt oligarchy. And China is this, the Maoist, the Leninist, Marxist, just completely psychotic communist regime with 1.4 million slave labor, people that they have working for peanuts, and they're taking retail prices now. It was super cheap at first, but now it's not, because the investments have been made, and they get huge amounts of cash, which they leverage to the hilt to build all this bullshit inside their city, and pump their Ponzi scheme. So, with it's unbelievable. They're basically, their entire regime is sucking all of the heavy industry out of the West. And they're completely polluting their country and completely killing their people, but they're making trillions of dollars and getting another shot at communist domination of the world.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Absolutely.
But they have to break the United States financially, emotionally, socially, all of that.
Well, they've already done it. Now their country is a Ponzi scheme, which requires massive amounts of U.S. dollar investment, and the big game for them, the only way that it works for them, is if they take the world off the dollar standard. That's the end game, and that'll happen here in the next 2 to 10 years. If it doesn't, they'll start war, and they will invade Taiwan. They'll move through the Philippines, all those little local states, and shut down all the trade. And obviously they want to hold that out as long as they can. But I mean, they're like Nazi Germany. I mean, they're going through Asia. Almost. I mean, they're in the South China Sea right now, almost like the Germans did with the Blitzkrieg.
They're taking over uninhabited islands and claiming them as territory.
Yeah, without firing a shot,
Yep.
because nobody has the balls to stand up.
The Navy has, since its inception, and as a primary mission, is to provide freedom of the seas.
Yep.
Named Mayhem, who was a British officer back in the 1800s or whatever it was, wrote a book to that point. That any country that does not control the seas will cease to dominate.
Well, that's already beginning to happen. I mean, we really don't control. We don't control the Suez Canal anymore. We don't control that region. That region's way too hot. Panama and all that. That's easily one nuke, and that's done. And that changes the game. You change the chessboard immediately. And in 15.
The Gulf of Sidra incident under Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, I do.
That was an exercise in providing. We used to do exercises in there because Saddam Hussein, not Saddam Hussein, but Gaddafi wanted to claim that as an inland sea,
Yeah.
and it does not fit the international definition of an inland sea. So we would go in there routinely and operate just in what's really international waters.
Right, outside of 12 miles.
Yeah. And on this particular day, he decided to send two of his fighters out there to challenge our guys who were on camp, combat air patrol. And he lost them. But we used to do it all the time, particularly in the bed. Do those exercises just to reinforce the notion of freedom of the seas.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, the problem now is everybody's afraid that a war is going to go nuclear.
Well, here's the thing about that. Now, it could, but it would be a mistake. What is too easy for them to do is biological warfare. They've already proved it will work.
Yeah, well, virus.
Bring the United States to its knees in a matter of days.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Oh, you don't know if you're going to make it?
Yeah, I'm down to 500 meters.
I feel like the tortoise. I've got it pretty easily made, but boy, I'm pretty slow. But you know what? I'll take 900 plus points after that catastrophe.
Yeah.
Now I need autopilot. There we go. Now I gotta trim it out. Trim it out correctly here. There we are. Just float it home. So 500 meters. So what is ground elevation around here? Is this sea level?
Pretty much, I think so. Let me see. Well, my sea source says I'm below sea level, so.
What are you, like down to like 100K pH or something? Just trying to float in or what?
Yeah, I'm just trying to float in. That's exactly what I'm doing. I've already dumped water, so I'm trying to capture whatever minor lift there is. I think I'll make it. It's going to be iffy.
Okay.
By the way, the left side of the finish line is lower than the right side.
Yeah. Hey, John, hold on one second.
Hi. I was just calling to see what's going on.
5 minutes away.
Okay. It was a long one, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a disaster. We've done this one before. We trying to break the record of 100 miles per hour, and I missed the first leg and have been fighting ever since. But that's okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll be down in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Well, I already finished my conference call, but I do have a lot of other.
Okay.
It was very noisy.
Vaughn was?
Uh-huh.
That's his thing.
It'd be better if it wasn't.
How's it looking, John?
It's going to be close, but I think I'll make it.
I'm back to only 12K behind you. Oh, I got a little puffer out there. Boy, I really want to fly an EB-29, but you know what? I think these long wing gliders are going to be a thing of the past pretty soon.
Why is that?
Well, I think that they'll come up with a 22 or 23 meter glider that 98% of the time can beat it and crushes it when it's strong. And it'll be a lot easier to rig and handle and less expensive and all that. Hi, baby. Yeah.
Within 2 kilometers.
Yeah? What's your over-under on your final glide at MC? What?
Minus 22 at 20 feet.
Well, you are in an EB-29, John. What's the wind?
I'll float in.
Oh, man. I'm catching you fast, boy. You better push. I'm going to see you on the radar pretty soon.
That's great.
I might be able to take a
I'll finish, but I don't know if I can get to the airport.
I might be able to take a sparrow shot. Oh, there you go.
Where's this at?
Greece. All right, so I'll be about 2 minutes 30 seconds behind you. I got minute 58. Overall, I am pleased. There you are. I got you on radar. Boy, will you make the airport? No way. I might have to take 100. I might have to take 100 points off. I'll give you the SSA below finish penalty.
This will be a real low energy landing.
I'm hoping to beat you to the airport. I'm going 300K or 250K. Oh, this is hilarious.
Down the stall.
Oh! I'm pushing for red line here.
See if I can roll to the finish. Roll to the airport.
Yeah, if you got a field or something, sure.
Well, I made it to the runway.
That's all. That's a perfect finish. That's just like, the Worlds where you have to finish at 50 feet, 3 miles away from the airport.
Didn't quite make it to the post, but I'm here.
That doesn't matter. Looks like I'm going to get over 800 points.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, my friend.
Oh, 975.
Excellent.
Yep. All right. That was fun. We'll try again tomorrow.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Okay. See ya. Bye. That's a miracle. I got 975 points. Oh. See? You think you don't need spoilers, but then this thing will float all the way down the runway at stall speed. Baby, are you biting my head?
He is.
Are you biting my
Your
hair? Are you biting my hair? There we go. That was fun. All right, 975. I'll take it.
Uh-huh.
All right. Adios, amigos.